Good day, everyone. My name is Catherine Sifra, and I'm a student 35. And today I'm going to report the DPWH Blue Book item 610 to 612. So the objectives of this report is to provide an insight about other miscellaneous structures requirements like sodding, tree planting, and reflective thermoplastic stripping material, to learn and understand the proper usage and application of sodding, to discover and be knowledgeable about the importance of tree planting in the construction industry, and to develop skills in identifying suitable construction materials in civil engineering. So by the way, item 610 to 612 is Part H, the DPWH Blue Book, which tackles about the miscellaneous structures in the construction. So example of these are the curbs, monuments, pavement markings, gutters, and what I would be discussing for today, the tree planting, the sodding, and the thermoplastic reflective stripping materials. So let's start. 610.1 Description. This item shall consist of furnishing and laying of live sod on the shoulders, slopes, ditches, or other locations as designated, construction of sod ditch, checks, or similar appurtenances, as shown in the plans or as ordered and laid out in the field by the engineer, all in accordance with this specification. So sodding is usually used for landscaping or for the beautification of the residential and commercial spaces. So sodding in the construction industry are used for stabilizing the grades or the lands in the dikes, shoulders, slopes, or ditches. So it is used for or to prevent erosion um, and damage from water, from sediments, and to improve the visual and the quality of the surface or the area. So material requirements. The sod shall consist of healthy, dense, well-rooted growth of permanent and desirable grasses indigenous to the general locality where it is to be used and shall be free from weeds or undesirable grasses. So, imong gamiton para sa imong sodding kay katong mga plants or katong mga grasses nga available sa inyong local. So, the sodding or the grass shall be approximately 50 mm and shall have been raked free from the debris. So the sod shall be cut 300 mm by 300 mm and the thickness should be 40 mm depending on the nature of the sod. So the contractor is the responsible for the applying of water before the cutting of the sod and after it is planted. So the sod shall also be subjected to approval of the engineer. So the construction materials for the sodding, preparation of the earth bed. The area to be sodded shall be constructed to the required cross-section and contour, and the tops and bottoms of the slope shall be rounded as shown in the typical roadway. So the cross-section is shown on the screen. So it is similar to the roadway, and the areas to be sodded shall be free from stones, roots, or other undesirable foreign materials. So the sod and the area to be sodded shall be loosened and brought to a reasonable fine texture to a depth of not less than 30 mm by means of equipment in hand methods adapted for the purpose. So the area to be sodded shall be raked. So kagaya ng nasa picture, dapat free from debris or from roots or stones and should be loosened. So the earth bed upon which the sod is to be placed shall be moistened to the loosened depth, if not naturally sufficiently moist, and the sod shall be placed thereon within 24 hours after the same has been cut. So unless otherwise required, the sod and the slope shall be laid on horizontal strips beginning at the bottom of the slope and working upwards. So the application of the sod shall be done from the bottom to the upward. Bottom upward. So next is as the sod shall be lightly and suitable wooden or metal dampers sufficiently to set or press the sod into the underlying soil. So to 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 tamper the area, you should use wooden or metal tampers. And at points where it is anticipated that water may flow over a sodded area, the upper edges of the sod strips shall be turned into the soil to be below the adjacent area, and a layer of earth placed over this juncture and thoroughly compacted. So, dapat ang area ng iyong isad kay compacted na siya. So, on all slopes steeper than 1 vertical to 4 horizontal, sod shall be pegged with stakes 200 to 300 mm in length, spaced as required by the nature of the soil and steepness of the slope. Stakes shall be driven into the sod at right angles to the slope until flush with the bottom of the grass blades. So, nagadepende sa imuhang nature sa soil, sa steepness niya ang pag-apply ninyo sa sod. So, pero ang iyahang length sa stakes niya kay 200 to 300 mm. So 610.3.4 the top dressing. After staking has been completed, the surface shall be cleared of loose sod, excess soil, or other foreign material, whereupon a thin layer of topsoil shall be scattered over the sod as a top dressing, and the area shall then be thoroughly moistened by the sprinkling with water. So, after nimo mamutang imuhang sod, imuhang grass, kay dapat i-rake nimo siya para matanggal tong mga kung ano yung mga excess na soil. Tapos spring bubuan na yung tubig kay para ma-moist siya. And then the watering. The contractor shall regularly water and maintain sodded areas in a satisfactory condition for the duration of the contract and until final acceptance of the work by the engineer. So, ang contractor, ang responsible, gikan sa pag, as I said earlier nga, gikan pag kuha sa imuhang grass, pag prepare nimo dito, pagbutang sa imuhang sod, ug pag after nimo siya i-plan. So, ang contractor ang responsible para magbubong tubig sa imuhang regularly. So, magsugo siya sa iyang mga workers sa pagbubong tubig regularly. And then, the final acceptance of the work by the engineer. So, during the duration of the contract, ang contractor ang responsible sa imuhang sod. Tapos, after ato, kailangan siya i-approved by the engineer. So, item 610.4, the method of measurement. So, the sodding shall be measured by the square meter, and the quantity to be measured for payment shall be the actual number of square meters of area on which the sod has been placed. So, kung unsang area sa imong gigamitan sa imong sod, kimo to pud imong bayaran sa payment niya. So the basis of payment is the quantity as determined in subsection 610.4. So method of measurement shall be paid for at contract unit price per square meter for sodding, with price and payment shall be full compensation for preparing the earth bed, for furnishing, placing, staking, top dressing, and watering the sod, and for all the labor, equipment, tools, and incidentals necessary to complete the items. The basis of payment covers the price for the sod, the grass, the prices, the full compensation for the furnishing, from the placings, from the staking, the watering, and for all the labor and equipment tools. So, if ever mamatay imong grass and need to be replaced, apila na siya sa imong payment. So next item 611, which is tree planting. So tree planting, so di ba, tree planting is very popular nowadays, especially sa karon nga na ay lockdown, na ay mga na COVID. So Tree planting, naagya po na siya sa DPWH Blue Book nato, which consists of furnishing and planting deciduous shade, flowering trees, and evergreen trees less than 150 mm in diameter on the areas in the arrangements indicated in the plans or as indicated by the engineers. So, di ba, magbuhat ang mga plans sa mga engineers or kita as a student and magbutang-butang mo kita ano, di ba, ng plans or trees sa to ang plano. So, everything na naa sa plano, dapat buhat yun na siya sa contractor. So, example na ay trees. So, ang required na size sa trees kay 150 mm in diameter. So, including the digging and preparation of pocket holes, furnishing, and placing the necessary topsoil, mulch, water, fertilizer, and other accidentals necessary to complete the items are or should be done by the contractor. So the material requirements for the 611.2.1, the topsoil shall conform to the requirements of item 610. So 608. So 608. So ang item 608 i-discuss naman sa past reporter. So dili na ako siya i-elaborate. So 611.2.1 mulching. Mulching materials shall consist of approved wood chips, ground or crushed corn cobs, wood shavings, sawdust, or peat moss. Wood chips shall be combination of wood slivers with the ground wood or sawdust. So bracing stakes for plants shall be 50 mm by 50 mm of rough wood free from unsound loose nuts, rot, cross grain, and sapwood or other defects that may impair its strength. Anchor stakes shall be the same quantity as bracing stakes and of the size specified under operations calling for their use. So, ang mulching, kuha na siya, wala na siyang preparation sa pag-transfer sa tree padala sa inyong plano. Kay usually, nagakuha lamang og mga tree, mga kahoy from their sources or asa ba, makuha silang tree, kaluto nila, but before that, ilasan in mulching. So, magbutang sila mga wood chips, mga ground or crushed corn cobs or same sa pictures. So, mo siya mulching. So, wrapping material for trees shall be waterproof paper or burlap. The tying material to be used in wrapping trees shall be jute twine or similar material not less than 2 ply for trees, 7.5 mm or less in diameter, and 3 ply for trees over 7.5 mm in diameter. So, the wire to be used in bracing trees, 7.5 mm or less in diameter shall be 3 mm, galvanized steel wire and for trees over 75 mm in diameter, 40 mm. Galvanized steel wire shall be used. All wire shall be new and free from bend or kink. So, after mulching, ginabrace ang trees. So, before siya i-transfer. So, 611.2.3, all trees furnished under this item shall be 150 mm or less in diameter and shall be true to name and type and follow standard names of trees in accordance with the Bureau of Forestry standards adopted by the Department of Public Works and Highways. So the contractor shall submit complete and detailed information concerning the sources of supply for each item of plant materials before planting operations. Examples sa plant or trees kaya nasa pictures. So, usually, mo na siyang ginagamit sa mga construction or for the beautification of your structure, the environment or the surroundings of the structure. So, kay kana mong good nga plant, usually 150 mm lang yun siya. Then, plants furnished by the contractor shall be healthy, shapely, and well-rooted, and roots shall show no evidence of having restricted or deformed at any times. So, in case the sample plant is expected or found to be defective, the government reserves the right to reject the entire lot or lots of plants represented by defective samples. So, if ever government work na siya, unya, ang kuhaan ni mga sample, pakita ni mga sample kay naa siya defect, so nasa authority na i-reject to nga plant or reject to na mga sample. So, ang contractor, ang responsible ana. So the construction methods. The bowling is employed in the plants and transplanted or transferred. So after the tree is dug out, the roots and earth is wrapped immediately with recycling material. So the tree could then be tipped over and rolled to a new 357 location. This plant shall be held by the bowl only and not by the plant itself. So usually, idoduli siya common, dili kay man to siya makitaan. Ginaboling ang plants or trees nga i-transfer. So after siya i-mulching, pagbutang atong mga crush cobs or mga shave trees, shave woods, kay gina-bowling siya. So bowling means ginasulod siya sa, ginabowl siya, ginasulod siya sa isa ka container, ginacircle siya, sulod tanan niya mga ugat para makabaling tapos ginabutang sa container para ibaling siya sa kung asa ni mga location ibalhin. So, all plants, item 611.3.2, the digging of plants. So, all plants nursery grown or collected should be dug with care and skill immediately before shipping and avoiding all possible injury to the plants, loss or damage of the roots. So, kailangan after mulching, pag-dig nimo sa plants, dapat with care yun siya kay example, if madamage ang iyahang roots or iyahang tree branch or iyahang trunk kay na tendency mamatay siya or ever dili matiman. So, para less damage or less na trabahoon pa, dapat the tree should be dug with care. So after the plants are dug, the roots shall not be permitted to dry out. So after nimo siya i-dug, dapat siya tanom na nimo siya dito para dili siya mauga ang iyahang roots. The next is temporary storage and plant spray. So after delivery and inspection, the plant shall be sprayed with an approved anti-disinfectant prior to planting. So before siya itanom, after nimo siya makalot, inspect pa siya, then before siya itanom, dapat po sprayan siya og anti-disinfectant para for healing or for storing kay sometimes depende sa mga tanom dayon so para avoid nga mamatay ang mga trees or plants pinasprayan siya. So, except sa in the case of collected stock which shall not be healed in or stored, which shall be sprayed with anti-disinfectant immediately and planted within 36 hours after digging. So, na yung mga case, mga plants or trees na hindi siya pwede masibrahan og 36 hours after nila siya kalit. So, dapat after 36 hours, tanong dayon siya. So, spraying shall be included for payment in the pertinent planting item. If plants are not to be stored in an approved, well-ventilated, cool and moist storage shed and the roots completely covered with moisture, all plants sealed in or stored shall be properly maintained by the contractor until planted. So, ang contractor niya responsible sa pag-maintain or pag-alaga sa mga plants. If ever mamatay siya, sulugan na po siya ng expenses. So, 611.3.4 the layout of planting. So before digging pocket holes or beds, the contractor shall lay out by suitable staking the location of all pocket holes and beds. The layout of planting shall be approved by the engineer. So before ka kalot-kalot dito kung saan nimo siya itanom, dapat stake magbutang ka o maghimo ka layout plan or as by the plano sa engineer. So, ang contractor gyapon ang responsible ana. So, para um, properly planned kay siya ba. And then next is the roots and top pruning. So the end of all broken and damaged roots, 6 mm diameter or larger, shall be pruned with a clean cut, removing no more than the injured portion. So naman dyan na siya ma-damage no, sa leaves niya or sa iyahang mga sanga-sanga. So dapat ito siya i-prune. Kaya kung pasagdan na mo siya, kay pangit ba siya panahon. Ang priority or ang number one purpose yun sa pagbutang og plants kay beautification. So dili na siya ma-justify niya ang actions kung dili nimo tanggalin itong mga damage yung mga sanga. Next is the pocket holes. So pocket holes shall be dug at the location shown in the plan. So as I said earlier, pag-layout nimo sa imong hangin, pag-layout nimo asa nimo ibutang imong plant ang mga plants. So dito po ka magbutang og mga pocket holes or pagbangag o asa nimo itanom. So the sufficient size to provide for not less than 150 mm of topsoil backfill beneath and around the root system. So the holes shall be dug with the sides vertical, surplus excavation from the bed, and the pocket holes shall be disposed of as in directed by the engineers. So backfill. The pocket hole shall be backfilled with topsoil as each plant is set. The topsoil shall be well tamped by the worker's feet, rods, or other approved tamping devices as it is shoveled into holes. So kuha na nimo, pag backfill na nimo, pagbalik na nimo sa gikalutan nimo kay itamak-tamakan or use og mga pang-compaction nga mga equipments para compacted na siya. Then the planting. So these plants to be planted shall be the species, variety, and size specified. So kung saan gibutang sa plano, diba gibutang mo size, kung sa siya nga klase nga plants, kaya dapat yun mo dito ang inyong itanom. So the operation of the actual planting shall not be performed at any time when the soil is not in friable or workable conditions. So trees shall be planted in mid-row within the road or right of way. So it is and as close as possible to the right of way limit with sufficient allowance so that the trees when fully grown will not encroach on the adjoining property or tough electric and other overhead utility lines. So these sections na kung gibasa ka for planting trees at the roadside. So if magtanim kang trees kay as possible close siya sa right of way limit. And then magduta kang allowance sa space sa matag trees kay para if dako na siya dili siya magsapaw-sapaw and if magduta pud kag allowance for the adjoining properties nga dili siya molapas dito or if ever maigo siya sa mga electric wires or other utility lines. So the center to center spacing between trees shall be 10 to 20 meters. So for roads without curbs, the tree shall be planted with a minimum clear distance of 0.16 meter beyond the edge of the shoulder, but in no case less than 3 meters from the edge of the pavement. So for roads with curbs, particularly in urban areas, the tree shall be planted with a minimum setback of 1 meter beyond the face of the curbs. So, di ba, nindot kita na awon to from mag-plant ka trees sa roadside. So, example, sa Agdao or sa Tagum. So, when there are longitudinal drainage canals, the tree shall be planted in the outer side of such canals. On the roadway curves and intersections, the pertinent design standards on site distance shall be observed. So, non-reversible hazards along the line of trees shall be provided with appropriate barriers, guardrails, and clear marks so that these do not pose hazards to motorists. So, usually po, i-consider po niyo ang site distance sa sa road or maka-affect ba ang trees or plants nga imong itanom ka para dili siya mag-cause of accidents. So, item 611.3.9 mulching. So, natakal natin ni kadali kanina. So, within 24 hours after planting, mulching material should be spread to cover the plant hole and the area 150 mm outside the periphery of the plant hole. So, ganina, before ito nimo kalutong. So, karon after na nimo siya i-transfer, after na nimo siya itanim sa pag-mulching gyapon ka. So, na gyapon nimo siya og mga wood chips or crushed corn cobs. So the area is 150 mm outside the plant hole. And for ground, the minimum depth shall be 100 mm. So, watering and maintenance. All plants shall be watered during the planting operation subject to direction and approval of the engineer. So, the contractor shall during the life of the contract properly care for the plants. So, nagadepende po na sa usahay na tanom na nimo ang plants o tanom na ang trees when going construction tapos wala pa naman ang mga contract. So, during sa contract, dapat ang contractor ang mag-atiman sa plans. So, dapat dili siya if ever may mamatay, kay alis lang siya and will be replaced by the contractor and no additional expense to the government. So, if mamatay siya niya, since wala naman ito sa contractor, so dili lang ba hatag pa mag-add pa o payment ang government or ang inyong client. So, the grazing. So, all deciduous and evergreen trees shall be grazed immediately after planting. Deciduous trees from 1.2 meters to 1.8 meters in height shall have one vertical support. So, usually, ang mga dagko nga kahoy, dili pa siya stable after i-tanom nimo. So, kailangan siya nimubotlan o brace na the vertical support shall have a height of 1.2 meters to 1.8, and all trees, deciduous or evergreen over 2.5 meters shall be braced by the tripod method as directed by the engineer. So example sa bracing kaya sa screen. So next is the dead trees. So before completion and final acceptance of the project, all trees that healthy or that have died back into the crown or beyond the normal pruning line shall be replaced by the contractor. So as I said earlier, if ever na mamatay na trees or plants, dapat i-replace siya sa contractor. So the method of measurement, the quantity to be paid for shall be the number of trees of each species or variety called for in the plant's furnish, planted and accepted with the necessary mulch, topsoil, water, fertilizer, and other incidentals to complete the items. So the basis of payment shall be paid at the contract unit price of each of the trees of each species or variety furnished. So planted and accepted with price and payment shall constitute full compensation for furnishing all labor tools and incidentals necessary to complete the item. So, mura gyapon siya sa similar po siya sa Saudi na basis of payment kay katong um, price name, price sa trees, sa mga equipment, sa mga tools, sa mga tanan gigamit sa inyong tree planting. So, ano na siya, pay item number 611. So, unit of measurement, each trees plus planting. So, nakag-excited siya. So next, we are now the last item in my report. So the reflective thermoplastic stripping materials solid form. So the standard specifies the requirement for reflectorized thermoplastic pavement stripping material conforming to AASH2M249 that is applied to the road surface application of glass beads at a rate of not less than 350 grams per liter of glass bead having a size range of jockey type and will produce an inherent refractorized stripe of specified thickness and width capable of resisting deformation of traffic. So, di ba, common naman sa to makakita of reflectorized thermoplastic pavement stripping material. So, mas malina, dyan na siya sa mga, or normally na yun na sa mga roads na for traffic na ano. So the material requirements are the reflectorized thermoplastic pavement material shall be homogeneously composed of pigment, filler, resins, and glass reflectorizing spheres. So the thermoplastic material should be available to both white and yellow. So di ba kasagaran na thermoplastic, reflectorized thermoplastic kay yellow siya o white. So, makita man ninyo sa mga dalan. So, glass beads will make shall be uncoated and shall comply with the following requirements. So, dapat ang refractive index sa minimum sa mga glass beads kay 1.5, ang spheres kay 90%, tapos ang gradation kay naka-mm siya sa sieve, so 0.850, 0.6, 0.425, 0.3, 0.180, and 0.150. So, na siya yung corresponding mass percent passive. So the item 612.3 is the general requirements. So the composition, the pigment, beads, and filler shall be uniformly dispersed in the resin. So the material shall be free from all skin, dirt, and foreign objects and shall comply with the requirements specified in the table 612.1 below. So na siya dira ang iyang component, sample binder, glass beads, titanium, calcium carbonate, and iyang corresponding if ever white siya, tapos if ever yellow siya. So, nakita na natin sa table. And the qualitative. So, the material should conform to the qualitative requirements specified in the table 612.2. So, nasa table, ang property niya, o iyahang requirements. So, yun ako isa ako. And then, the application property. So the material shall regularly extrude at a temperature of 211 degrees Celsius from approved equipment to produce a line 3.2 to 4.8 mm thick, which shall be continuous and uniform in shape, having clear and sharp dimensions. So usually, ang kabaga sa line kay 3.2 to 4.8 meters. So the material shall not exude fumes which are toxic, obnoxious, or injurious to persons or property when heated during application. So, usahay mong good na dili siya kaya sa asphalt, good nga kanan, dapat dili siya kaya or sa unsa nga i-apply nga bako siya kay basing maghatag siya og kana side effects or injuries sa isang katao. So, the preparation of the road surface. So the material should be applied only on the surface which is clean and dry. So dili siya pwede apply ninyo sa basa na surface. So it shall not be laid into loose detritus, mud, or similar extraneous matters. And dili pa siya pwede sa mga lapok or sa mga unsa ba or over an old paint markings or over an old plastic marking which is okay. So dili nimo siya pwede sa apong sa existing thermoplastic. So in the case of smooth polished surface stones such as smooth concrete or asphalt, surfacing with smooth polished surface stones or where the method of application of the manufacturer of the thermoplastic material shall be recommended approval of the engineer. So next, preparation of thermoplastic materials. So the material should be melted. So, di mo nimo siya ma-apply kahit kung if di siya melted with the manufacturer's instructions. In a heater fitted with a mechanical stirrer to give a smooth consistency to the thermoplastic and such the local overheating shall be avoided. So, nakita ko pag-apply ng one time sa Rojas. So, ano lang siya, smooth lang kayo siya pag-apply. Meron siyang kanang correction tape. Paagian lang siya nimo sa machine. So the molten material shall be used as expeditiously as possible, and for thermoplastics which have natural resin binders or otherwise sensitive to prolonged heating, the material shall be maintained in a molten condition for more than 4 hours. So, dapat dili siya mag-exceed sa 4 hours dito sa imuhang containers. Dapat ma-fry na yun siya. So laying, the center lines, laying lines, and edge lines should be applied by approved mechanical means and should be laid in regular alignment. So other markings will be applied by hand, screed, hand-propelled machine, or by self-propelled machine approved or directed by the engineer. So once engineer, gamitan mo siyang kamot lang or kanang machine or self-propelled machine. So, hindi na magbuo. So, after transfer to the laying apparatus, the material should be maintained within the temperature range specified by the manufacturer and steered to maintain the right consistency for laying. So, dapat kung sa ito siya nga temperature para ma-maintain mo yung sweetness or yung consistency sa material. So, in case of screen application, the material should be laid to a thickness of not less than 3 mm or more than 6 mm unless authorized by the engineer. And the material shall laid to the thickness of not less than 1.5 ml unless authorized by the So, dapat naka-align po na inyong mga markings kay it's very crucial kay ginagamit siya sa road. So, namin mga different meaning or different signs sa mga markings. So, dapat we should be careful with applying the thermoplastic reflectorized thermoplastic markings. So, the road markings of a repetitive nature, other center lines, lane lines, etc., shall, unless otherwise directed by the engineers, to be set out with stencils which comply with the size and spacing requirements shown in the plan. So, kung say makita niyo sa plan, so gawin mo ang pag-apply sa inyong markings. So, the use of thermoplastic materials. So, much as possible, the material remaining the heater or laying apparatus shall be removed. So, this may be broken and used again provided that the maximum heating temperature has not been exceeded and that the total time during which it is molded condition may exceed the requirements of subsection 606.2.3. So, kung sa tumabilin, dapat tanggalin dito siya sa mga machine to para dili na siya gamitin good pag-usab kay so 612.4.1. So, the defective materials or workmanship. So, under this section, the materials which are defective or have been applied in an unsatisfactory manner or to incorrect dimensions or in the wrong location shall be removed. So, katong mga, di ba, I said earlier na dapat kung sa nakabutang sa plano, sa ihang size, sa inyong markings, asa siya ibutang, kay if wrong siya, wrong, kailangan siya tanggalon and the materials shall be replaced, reconstructed, and properly located. So, sa mundo dapat siya mali. Kay everything na ikibutang sa plano, kaya dapat mo dito sundon. Kailangan siya mga reasons, kailangan siya purpose. So, next is item 612.4.2, the protection of the traffic. So, the conductor shall protect pedestrians, vehicles, and other traffic adjacent to the working area against damage or disfigurement by construction equipment, tools, and materials or by spatters, splashes, and smirches of paint or other construction materials. So, diba, as you observe, if ever nabuhatin sa dalan or isang asa, gina-close yun na siya ang katong area kay if ever na ay ma-damage na materials, may ma-damage na equipment, may ma-damage na nakuan ng mga civilian o mga citizens nga naa dito nga area. So, to avoid incidents, dapat gina-close siya tapos ginabutangan ng signs or signals. So, usually, sa cities, usually lang, dili siya permanent na kanang ginabuhat siya during the night kaya wala man kayo mga friends, wala man kayo mga vehicles, wala man kayo mga tao, wala kayo traffic. So the 612.5 sampling, a minimum weight of 10 kg of reflectorized thermoplastic paint shall be taken for every 100 bags or fraction thereof. And in the testing, the material shall be tested in accordance with the ASH 250 or with the appropriate method in ASTM designation. So, ay mga materials na gamiton dapat i-undergo siya og test. So, the packing and the marking, the material shall be packaged in suitable containers to which it will not adhere during shipment and storage. So, the blocks of cast thermoplastic material shall be approximately 300 by 915 by 51 mm and shall weigh approximately 22 kilograms. So each container label should designate a color, manufacturer's name, batch number, and the date of the manufacturer. And each batch manufactured shall have its own separate number. The label shall warn the user that the material should be heated to 211 degrees Celsius during application. So, i-travel man dyan lang siya nung padulong sa inyong applyan and marking. So, dapat naka-seal siya, nakabutang siya, naka-label siya sa silahang unsa siya color, asa siya manufactured, unsa siya batch number, kanita siya manufactured, tapos kinabutang direction na dapat i-heat siya for 211 degrees Celsius before or during sa pag-apply. And then next is the method of measurement. So the method of measurement for the pavement markings to be paid for shall be the area shown in the plans of painted traffic lines. So, the same lang gyapon sa itong mga method of measurement na kung unsa to kadak-ang or unsa to ang area nga iyang gi-applyan, upod to ang pag-measure sa inyong bayaran. So, the basis of payment, the quantities measured, kung sa to imong na-measure ng area, so mo pud imong bayaran. So, the price and payment shall constitute full compensation for furnishing of the surface and for all labor, equipment, tools, and incidentals necessary to complete the item. So, ang payment kay compensate siya sa inyong mga expenses. So, I think that's all for my report. And thank you for listening. So I hope you learned something. And then, so if you ever have questions or corrections or violent reactions, feel free to comment down below. Thank you. Stay safe and God bless.